about this fighting game. It was kind of set in a post-apocalyptic Mad Max world. I decided I'm going to try a different theme. This is what I'm calling the American Boxing Caravan National Tour. I had there's a couple promoters got together. They got some fighters from all across the country. They're gonna travel from town to town, some big towns, some small towns, put on fights, different places. There's a roster of fighters. They're going to be like King of the Hill. You win, you get move up a notch. You lose, you go down a notch, and then throughout the year, different stops and stuff like that. So some terminologies change on the cards if you've watched other videos. Um, but the gist of it is, it's they're traveling by train from town to town, and kind of gives some narrative. There's like I said, some different fighters, different towns, some narrative in between. So that's the gist of it. Some of the, if you watched other videos, some of the terminology on the cards, facts has changed, maybe to fit a little bit better with real boxing, and maybe even in that era, some of the terms that they use. So, but the fight we got tonight, so in each stop, there's different events. There's three in my universe. There's three fights. Tonight we're in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at Convention Hall. We had the first two fights have already been done, and we got a 10 round championship fight here between the champion Frankie Russo. Look at Frankie there, and the challenger is Sherman the Tank Newberry. He's from Cortland, New York. Russo from Pittsburgh. There's a look at Sherman. So back on January 2nd, the start of the tour, there was an open championship, and Russo won the belt. And Newberry that same night, he also won his fight. So he's going to get a shot at Russo here tonight. So change up a little bit. Some of the not mechanics of the game, but somehow the game plays out. Before in the Mad Max version, each fighter was starting with 12 points. You just go through the deck, and as soon as someone hit zero, if there wasn't a knockout, um, the, the the fight was over. Considered some judges were pushing a button every time they felt something good happen, and the fighter would lose if they got to zero. Um, this one, kind of the same idea, but they're still going to be moving down from 12. But there's going to be a 20 card fight, and if the 20 cards run out, depending on what the score is, if no one's reached zero yet, zero would still be a knockout here. But there'd be have a little like judges. The judges would pick who they thought would win the who won the fight. So I don't know if we'll get to that in this fight, if we'll have a knockout or what we'll have. But I won't explain too much. When I start playing, if you haven't watched other videos, it'll I think it'll make sense. It's a pretty. I was looking to make just a simple. I'm not a big fighting fan per se, but it just kind of interests me if I could make something a fighting game that was quick. Number one, I wanted to be able to do a lot of fights in a certain amount of time. If I wanted to do a tournament, whatever it was. Um, Also have some narrative in there, how things happen, why they happen, and so that's kind of why I started trying to make this. Um, this theme is more laid back. It's not. I'm not worried about getting a ton of fights done, or do tournaments or stuff like that. At least right now, this is what I'm starting with. The idea of starting January 2nd. This kind of a road show took off. They started in New York, and they're working around, taking trains to different cities, and the more high profile fights, the bigger fights are in the bigger cities, obviously, and the guys at the bottom of the list, they're trying to work their way up. They may be in Allentown or Scranton in a few days, or Wilkes-Barre. Um, so we'll just have to see how that all plays this fight going. Like I said, I think it'll make sense. Hopefully, when I start playing. So give it a shuffle here. I'll deal out 20 cards. All right. Got our fight effects set up here. All right. So we got Frankie Russo, the champion, and Sherman Newberry, the challenger. Try to make it quick, but also go through and read some of the flavor text and hopefully kind of see what it is. I also have the fat cards. I think 16 fighters and this outburst chart. If we get one of those cards, I have all of that in one PDF. So I'll put my email address, personal one, in the description below. And if this is something you'd like to have me send you, I had all this printed out at Staples, my local Staples here. Use my cutter, cut everything out, and I will try to, if I think of it, if you do want to give this a shot, I will, in the email when I send you the PDF, I can hopefully put together some of the rules or the the method of play. But the video, I've done a few videos. I think that would help too if you want to watch those. But that's here nor there. So, all right, here we go. So it's asking if the red fighter, which is Russo, has the guard quality, and he does. And he's also going to get to roll. And if he gets a green, he's going to knock Newberry down too. And he doesn't. So it's just we just continue on. All right. Red and blue each lands one attack. So the fighters exchange big punches. So Russo and Newberry both drop to 11. Try to keep this on the screen. All right. Does Russo have the aggression quality? That's an offensive quality, and he does. So he's already going to knock Newberry down one, and he gets a chance if he rolls a green to do another point, and he gets a green. So he knocks Newberry down to 9. Now, does Newberry have heavy hands? He does. So he's going to knock Russo down one. He's going to get a chance for 2 more points. No, doesn't get that. All right. So Russo 10 to 9, and he does have aggression. Russo doesn't get the green that time, but Newberry's down to 8. Does Red have body work? He does. That's one he doesn't have. The offense quality doesn't have, so he won't land any punches in that exchange. And here we go. So blue, quick strike, knockdown rating. All right. So Newberry has a chance to knock Russo down, which would be cool. Would be something surprising maybe from the challenger. And each fighter has at the bottom of the card a knockdown rating. And Newberry's knockdown rating is 8 to 10. So he needs to roll, if he rolls an 8, a 9, or a 10, he's going to knock Russo down. Not out, but he's going to knock him down. And he got a 6, so he didn't knock him down. Took the big swing, didn't connect, and the fight continues. Does Red have movement? That's a defensive quality, and he does. So he's going to get a chance. No, he didn't get the blue, so he doesn't gain any points. Wow, Newberry with another chance for a knockdown. There's actually only, I think there's only 3 of these in the entire deck. The deck's about 100 cards. Let's see, 8, 9, or 10. Nope, 6 again. I think he rolled 6 before. Alright, we got another fighters exchange big punches. So Russo's down to 9 and Newberry down to 7. Does Red have chin? He does. Russo has chin. He had a chance to gain 2 points over the red, and he got it. So a absorbs a crushing left hand from Newberry, and then counters quickly, and now it's 9-5. Does Russo have movement? He does. And he got the blue. Wow. So he shows off lightning quick reflexes, avoids Newberry's punches, then counters with a couple of his own. And it's 9-3. And here we go. Here's the outburst table. So it says here, looks like things might get crazy. So the outburst table, pretty simple. D66 chart. Roll the two die. Read the black one first. Some ask for if the fighter has a certain quality. Some are just straight. They're gonna knock the opponent down, and then it has some flavor text. We'll just see what happens here. And we get a 15. And the 15 asks, does the red fighter have combo? And he does. All right. So because he has combo, he's going to he's going to read on this chart here. So if he's going to roll this die. If he rolls a red, he's going to knock Newberry down one, blue two, and green three. So we'll see what he gets here. And he got a red. That was a red. So he's going to knock him down one. Flavor text here says a beautiful combination of blows. So Russo combination there, Newberry, and it's 9-2. And Russo looks like he's in control, pretty much. And does the red fighter have chin? He does, and pretty much if he rolls a red, it's going to be a knockout. And it is. So Russo defends his title, knocks out Sherman Newberry. Not really technically not a close fight. I mean, I know Newberry had a couple chances there for the knockdown, but he didn't get it. So let's see here. We got first round, second round, third round, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. So right KO right at the end of the seventh round, or in the later portions of the seventh round, for Frankie Russo, and he's going to retain the title. And from the previous fight, let's see if I can find him here. A few weeks or so, Russo will defend his title again against, if I can find him here. And here he is, Jimmy the Hammer Malone, because he won by knockout in the previous fight. Um, so against Jack Duggan. So Jimmy Malone, this is one I used AI for just to try it out. So Jimmy Malone's going to get a chance probably here end of February to battle Frankie Russo. So that's the theme and that's the game. Like I said, put my email in the bottom under the description. And if you'd like to get a copy of the cards, the facts, and the outburst, I'd be more than happy to send it to you for you to give it a try. So appreciate you watching. Hope everything jived on what was going on there.